Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hands of the Killer. Sorry, I just want to be very quiet for a second. Welcome to Hands of the Killer. Last time we did Voice of the Killer, somebody who was making a zine about a killer. Now we're going to Hands of the Killer because my office has burned down. Mute? No. Yes, but by choice. Does the egg consent? If you pick up your dog, right? In my opinion, my dog, as much as it pains me to say so, sometimes she just kind of has to do what I tell her to do. Like, sometimes she just kind of has to. Like, in return, she gets, like, a very nice life. But sometimes it's like, hey, I have to pick you up and move you because you're in the way. What? They say that later on, BB will drop by. He says, so, I'd like to meet BB. Who's BB? Drool. Drool? What? Wait, I thought this was a room for the hands. Bonus tunnels enter at their own risk. Bonus tunnels? Wait, there's more tunnels in this game? This is the Anthology of the Killer, which is actually a collection of spooky games. The interesting part is that there's no category for Anthology of the Killer because it's an anthology of games based around the idea of like the killer. You know what I mean? Drool of the Killer. No, I'm looking for the hands. The hand of the killer. Where are the hands of the killer? And the last time we tried this, the story ended up building up into a very weird space, which I thought was very fun. I thought the story was very fun and very strange and odd, and I enjoyed going through it. It has a weird innocence to it that you wouldn't really expect for a story that's about a person stalking you, burning people down, and like thousands of bodies inside the water. It's kind of weirdly surreal in a sense. It's a bit like what's that one movie? It's that one movie where, like, the kid and Hitler are friends or something? It's like a really weird, like, Taika Waititi movie. It's like a really weird one. I forget his name now. But that director made that movie, and I was like, this is a very strange movie. Like, literally, the opening scene is his mom hanging. So it's like, it's kind of like that in terms of the feeling, but less overtly terrible, and just more straight up, just like odd, very surreal, almost like you're on something type of vibes. You can't fool me. This bear is just special effects. Did we really just get the one drinks ticket? Now playing Melimo the Wanderer. I'm lost. Where's the hands? There was bonus tunnels and now I'm lost. Oh, chat. Oh, secret. Oh, I thought it was a secret behind the painting, but it's not. Now playing Melimo the Wanderer. Eyes. Play night. Play nighttime. Play eyes. Eyes of the killer. No, where's the hands? Where are the hands of the killer? What's interesting is that building an anthology like this, right? Most collections of games don't really have much fanfare, especially in like the larger AAA space, right? It's weird to think about, but when you get a game that's a combination of multiple games in one package, it's not like the indie games where they do a whole collection. Like, I mean, the Spectral Mall, the Haunted PS1 disc. Like, these games have their own visual style in and of themselves, which I think is so fascinating because, like, you'd expect that to be the case, but it never is. Bonus zone, watch out for spoilers. Viva Nonnen. Okay, sorry, I'll leave, yeah. No spoilers yet. We better go to the second one. And you would think that even at that higher level, they would be able to afford more to make the package feel worth it. But like, yeah, if you get a package deal and both games run from one executable, it's often just it opens and it closes, and it's just a plain old menu that just opens one version with the other. It's very odd. Where's the thing again? Hands of the killer. Hands of the killer. Oh my god! Was it always pointing to the right? Was it never pointing to the left? Was it never pointing to the left? Am I just stupid? I might just be stupid. Uh-oh. That's why I enjoy playing indie games in general, because like there's so much feeling. You know what it is? I like in playing indie games, the sort of like the same idea of you living in a tribe and your fellow tribe member says, hey, me invent new spear. You want see? And you go over and then you see their spear and you're like, oh, cool spear, very long spear, very thick and sturdy. And they're like, yes, me love spear. Do you love spear? And you say, yes, I love you, spear. Then you two make out. And then they say, hey, you know what else I make? New automobile. And you go, what the hell is a new automobile? Like, what is an automobile? And then you have the Fred Flintstones. What is this? What is this image? It's like YouTube. It's like YouTube slop clickbait, chat. It's like YouTube. It's like YouTube slop clickbait. It's so funny. The more I look at it, the more I look at it, the funnier it gets. Like the joke just gets better. Not saying that it's a joke. It's just, it's so well done. Like the bottom left face is so good, and then it's just like, look at the image. Look at the image on the wall on the right side. It's the Vitruvian man, but a skull where the penis is. It's the Vitruvian penis man. Hands of the killer. I wake up one night to a horrible scream outside my window. It sounds like the killer is at it again. I like how they're like very casual about the fact that the killer is killing people. Like it's like, it's just the killer. You know what I mean? It's just like, remember those sniper killings in the US when randomly there was like sniper killings on the highways and no one knew like what was going on? Yeah, apparently there was people that just used to die randomly to snipers, like in the US, in recent time, and it stopped only recently because they finally caught somebody or something. So it's like randomly you'd just be driving and you'd be sniped, and no one cared. Like nobody cared. Nobody cared to stop the sniper. It's like for years. It's like, why is no one stopping the sniper? The moon is high, but I'm feeling restless. The apartment block's protective shutters have gone down for the night. Maybe a walk around is what I need. The apartment block's protective shutters have gone down for the night. The shutters on the window? Progress on my new Zine remains slow, as I keep falling asleep in the middle of the sentences. On the other hand, the effect is kind of funny. Is this what it means to be new wave? What exactly is a Zine? Like, I know it's like a homegrown magazine, but like, how do you make a Zine? What's like a famous Zine? I don't know, like what's a cool, interesting Zines? Does anybody have an idea of like what are interesting Zines? Like what very, I don't know, like indie game Zine. I don't know, indie Zines and indie game suggestions. TTRPG Zines. There are a ton of indie RPGs. Okay, no, Zines. Hard copies for my solo game, Hardcase. Wait, holy shit. Wait, look at this game, chat. This is kind of cool. Solo role-playing game about being flat, broke in space, and you play it on this like page. We have to find more. Like, there's a whole genre here. There's a whole genre here that we're missing, chat. We're missing. Like, oh, chat. Pièce de résistance. The Indie Zine is a quarterly tabletop role-playing game Zine. Oh shit, Indie Zine, a Zine of indie games. Fossil Phone, Megafauna. This is what an indie is. Somebody's named as Lolly? Drop into a booklet format, automated double-sided. You also print out all the pages and then glue them back to front in order to make a Zine. Adult restricted content. Okay, well, from the book order calculator. What? The order of the pages is important. What? What is this? The page order calculator can be used for to print out single books. Number of pages, 69. Oh, this is how you would do the pages to make it work. And it's whether it's Japanese binding or wow, that's a very complex website. That's a very complex website to have. Wait, IndieZine. Okay, let's check out this like Zine. I don't know. Wait, let's download. Look. Wow. Wait, look, it even has like a back and forth story. The dig, the discussion, the victor. Oh, but it's trying to explain to you what the thing is. Man, it seems like a cool concept. Maybe, chat, maybe all my game reviews should be in the form of a Zine. You know, I was thinking about this. I was thinking like, how do I actually like get more content? Not because I want to make content for the sake of making content, but like, there's some things that I'm gonna make, but one thing that I wanted to try out was like game reviews, because there's some games that I really enjoy that are hard to explain live. Like there's sort of deeper thoughts that you can go into and deeper topics that you can relate to with other pieces of media in the same way that you would do like a movie review or like a book review, right? Maybe the way to do that is via a Zine. Like maybe it'd be cool to do it in the form of a Zine, and then that's like your review. And then you would, I don't know, maybe you could do it in like a video where you narrate the whole thing, but it's like, you know what I mean? I think that'd be a very cool experience. Let me write that down. And also, there are videos coming out. Like, I swear they will actually come out. Basically, remember that discussion that I had about, like, I stopped playing games that were just wasting my time? That with this newfound time, I finally like finished and fleshed out a lot of the ideas of what I want to like do even further. So it's nice, because now it's like I just want to do that instead of just playing, I don't know, my mobile games all the time, which is waste time. Not games like this, but my mobile slot games of like gacha games designed to keep me hooked. Notes on the strange mask. BB's report. Recently, strange masks have begun appearing in the city. What's with these masks? Nobody wants to talk about them. In my opinions, Splatterman. Splatterman. Oh. Night Clown. BB, is that you? I think we're running low on merchandise for the online store. Wait, we sleep and your room is beside my room? Like you have to walk through my room to get out of the house? My sister, okay, in American English it's ZZ, in Canadian English it's ZZ. My sister ZZ is still hard at work. Her hours have become increasingly irregular since she started using the internet every day. She says it makes her smarter, but at what cost? Wait, that's so true though, because like at some point, yeah, you really do just lose track of time. If you're already awake, could you run for some supplies? Using forbidden knowledge, ZZ discovered that we could pay the rent by putting mysterious items up for sale online. I am in charge of inventory, which means my job is grabbing them beforehand. So, Mrs. Doubtfire VHS, rare. Mrs. Doubtfire VHS, rare. Ew, ZZ feels British, man. Bort doll. There's no way somebody's buying 3 VHSs of Mrs. Doubtfire. Even if it's a funny movie, alright? That's 3 VHSs of the same movie. You literally, unless you like inundate yourself and you play 3 VHSs at the same time, you won't, like, there's no need. Plastic things sold out. Fake plants sold out. Rubber eyes sold out. Mask sold out. Horrible lamps sold out. But nobody seems to guard these things or pay attention when they're lost. Who's buying them? How do they have any value? Is that a sex toy? I swear that's a Hitachi magic wand. No? What does a magic wand look like? That is not a Hitachi magic wand. I think that's an automatic blender, but like a handheld one. I told you, that's just the economy. Nobody ever said it had to make sense. Just keep an eye out for any old Beanie Babies while you're out there. Beanie Babies, I remember Beanie Babies. Wow, this must be the exciting new sense of direction in life that can only come via attaining a career. So now my career is my sister has to walk through my room to leave the home, and I'm here to get items for our online store that we have. I can literally walk on her bed with my stinky, disgusting, mold crust-filled feet, and I love the character, the way that her color bleeds out of her lines. It's such a cute little character. Aside from night noises, this part of the city has many amenities. The rooms here are cheap because of all the murders. Unfortunately, the rent is due all the same. You know, that's the crazy part, right? It's like, sure, the murders make the rent go down, but this is the thing that I want to talk to you about, okay? Just because somebody's been murdered there before doesn't mean that it'll happen again. Usually, the murder happens once. Although, actually, okay, new horror story concept, right? Haunted house that's haunted, and you view the story from the perspective of people who don't believe that it's haunted, but it turns out that it's actually a serial killer who is always going, why do these people keep moving into my goddamn home? And then he just keeps killing people. Alright? Story about serial killer who keeps somehow having people rent out his home in spite of the fact that everybody knows that the previous tenant died there. because everybody believes that it won't happen to them. And then they just keep killing. Meow meow. What's that? Chat, there's a little room back there. What's that? Wait, so I can't leave. Can I leave? I mean, she did say she wanted to go for a walk, right? But another reason for the cheap rooms is the antiquated security system, far beneath today's superior anti-murder technology. This elevator will be unusable till the morning. The shutters are scored and pitted on both sides with knife marks. Wait, what? Knife marks? Okay, so I get what's going on. The reason why everyone's so nonchalant about the murders is that this is a city where murders happen every single day. It's like Chicago if like Chicago was the way that people believe Chicago was. You know what I mean? Not to say that it isn't. It is apparently like the highest capital with the murders and stuff in all of America. But it's like, yeah, like that. This is what people imagine is going on in Chicago. Is you walk around, you might get murdered. Someone gets murdered in front of you. You say, "Oh, again." You step over the body, and then you go to work, and then you come home, and then you might get murdered, or somebody else gets like murdered, and then you like go, "Oh, here of all places." Give me a second. Like this is what. You know, this is what the city is. It's just, there's just murders everywhere. Like, you're in your home, and then some random person breaks in to try to murder you, but then they get murdered by somebody else inside your home, and then that murderer runs away. And now you have to clean up a dead body. It's like, fuck, again? I just cleaned that spot. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, this is what the city feels like. It's like people get murdered all the time. That's a great concept, actually. Murderer story where somebody breaks in to try and kills somebody, but is instead murdered by another third party. Right? Call it third party. Have the MC be a player in a game like, I don't know, Apex Legends. Be a pro video game player. Be a pro video game player in a game like, I don't know, Apex Legends to really poke fun at gamers. Haha, hee hee. Alright, so statistically speaking, it's less likely a murder is going to happen in a house where it already happened compared to a house that hasn't had a murder happen. So it should cost higher. Exactly! Because who's going to come back to the same place where somebody else did the deed? Like, there's even more security. It's harder to hit a place twice. You know what I mean? Like, you can't, like, there's no way you can commit the same murder twice in the same place. It's not like the Sarajevo, like, sniper alley. You know what I mean? It's not the same deal where it's like a single alleyway of, like, pure death and suffering. Like, this is just like a house got someone that like got murdered in it. Presumably they found the body. Presumably they found the person. Presumably that person is in jail. And presumably there's no reason for them to ever come back because that place is now gone. So it's like, well, what do you do? And that person's away for like 30 years, right? And it's like, well, now the house is cheaper. It should be more expensive. It's literally murder-proof. All the other murderers are looking at that house and going, there's too much heat. All the robbers are going, if I rob that place, I'm gonna die. But then the landlords go, oh, this is too much. Like, buddy, you just earned job security. I'm on to something. I'm on to something here, okay? Every week, someone leaves one of these flyers in the hall. I often wonder what is it about this town that leads to such a weird advertising sensibility. Grabber 2 Moving Co. will take you away. You know, that is true, because it's also like, I've noticed that too, where people love to advertise within spaces like this, or like, I've lived in apartments where they put flyers on the walls, and I'm sort of like, why? Like, of all the people that are gonna see this, it's like, what, maybe like 2-3 people per floor, or even like a bulletin board on the main apartment floor, like lobby. It's like, you're advertising to only your building, but if you want to sell something, is that really the way to do it? Or if you want to like do something, is it really the way to do it? Like, do you want to do it with your neighbors? That sounds awful. Look at me. Look at me. I am the streamer now. Look at me. Where am I going? I got Twisty Turvy. Sorry. Twisty Kirby. The television is playing a foreign drama, but I can sort of work out what's meant to be happening. What am I looking at? Wait, that's nipple. Oh shit, I'm gonna get banned. I'm gonna get banned. Sorry, everyone. Going on vacation. Wait, can I say that again? No, not the nipples, but like, what is the story? There's an old computer on the bottom left, like an IBM or something, right? Dude flexing with no face. But he's headless like the statues, but he has like a shadowy figure there. A thief is breaking in to steal something from a clock, or maybe he's not a thief. Maybe he's just coming home. I can sort of work out what's meant to be happening is what a character says, but I don't know what the hell's going on. And there's a very tiny chair in the bottom right, as if it's meant to be that the person coming into the home is going to sit there and use the PC from that distance. Like they're Inspector Gadget or something with like really long arms, but there's no way. But it would make sense, right? Because this person is probably gonna jerk off to both things. Both the topless man and the topless woman is like Gunnar material. And then they use the internet to like, I don't know, talk to their friends on Discord. And then they leave through their front door, which is the clock. Yeah, I get it. Friendly reminder, owners are not liable for what happens in the tunnels. In the tunnels of killing. It's the killer tunnels. A soft vibration runs through the floor of the laundry room. None of the other residents are around at this hour, but all the washers are on use day and night. You know what? That's the thing that I never understood too when I lived in an apartment or like a condo. But, well, I mean, they both had the same facilities, but like in an apartment, I never really understood how it is that these things would always be in use. It would always be busy, always be full. But I never see somebody in the room. Like I never saw somebody in the laundry room at the same time. And they never and I would never see somebody walking to it. I would never, like, when I'm coming home from school, for instance, or like if I randomly leave at like a random time to go hang out with my friends, right? I never saw somebody who was there to do laundry. Like no one ever brought their laundry in a bin. No one ever brought their laundry in a basket. It just didn't make sense. It was just strange. Okay, so now we get to go further. It's getting kind of spooky here. But this is an insane laundry room too, because it's so massive. There's so much space in there. What is going on? The window of a washer. I can see a kind of grayish, pulpy sludge churned indefinitely by the big spinners. I guess someone wants it very clean. That's the killer! You've got to run. That's the killer! Pulpy sludge! That's the human! The dryers are portals, and they all entered into them, and you failed to follow. No! You mean to say I've missed out on an adventure? No! I've never been able to find out who pulled off the tunnel cover to start with, although the joke is that the owners thought it would be cheaper than building a fire escape. The air from inside it is inviting and cool. I love tunnel because it feels cool. Where do you think all the left socks go? That is true. Yeah, all the socks just keep disappearing. I don't like this. I don't like the shift to first person. So, excuse me, she goes into the tunnels to go for a walk. I really don't like this. I'm actually gonna freak out if something jumps at me. Chad, it's someone's room. It's like I can watch people like gooning off on the side now. So that's a doorway. I mean, I kind of want to see more people gooning. Is that okay? Hello? Goonies anonymous? No? No one's sleeping? No one's like, you know? Hello? Not that you should do that in real life. I'm just saying for the context of the game, you shouldn't do it in real life. This is a little bit... What's frustrating... Well, it's not frustrating, but it is scary because you can only look left and right by going left and right like this. And so I don't know what's behind me. I climb out into some kind of storeroom. Dead moths under my feet. The clothes here look to be around 20 years old, which is not enough. So I'll have to go deeper. What? I have to go deeper? Oh, this is where she gets the stuff to sell with her sister. Like, this is where she gets the goods to sell in her and her sister's online room. Except this is not just a storeroom. This is like the murderer's room because there's like murder masks everywhere. See that's literally that's a murder trophy case. Oh man, I gotta go find stuff for my sister for her online store again? Ugh, alright. At this point, I feel I should explain something about the nature of the building. What? What's the nature of the building? Like many cities, this one underwent many changes over the years. There was an industrial period, a retail period, a service period, etc. Until gradually the things it manufactured became too abstract and indecipherable to easily be summarized in any way. True, I do like that idea of like the future is just too many layers of like doohickeys where it's like things are just way too fancy and almost way too obscure and incomprehensible because we've sort of grown bored with the idea of like usability, and so nothing has any meaning anymore. It's just like AI generated slop of like shapes and colors and sizes and like entryways and openings and like other ways. It's like the whole idea of like the city planning starts to fall apart because there's just no way to do it, and then so it's like now you have different levels. People live in like slums underneath like a cyberpunk city. I like that. I still hope to find out what they are myself someday. Anyway, with each change in the economy, the building was adapted to a new shape. New rooms are added or closed off, each layer draped piecemeal over the last, to form new spaces where opportunity might live. Opportunity, capital O. Speaking of which, ZZ says the sweet spot for nostalgia material is 30 to 40 years old, or old enough to smell like death. I think the internet is accelerating her tendencies towards the gothic. Towards the gothic, you say? Towards the gothic, you say? Wow. Looks like we'll be seeing what's her name? Looks like we'll be seeing her sister ZZ on on Reddit /r/goth girls soon. Wowza. My outfit for visiting Mall Santa. I don't fight my demons, we dance. Casual look for a board game night. Wait, that's sick. Okay, I will say, if you go to board game night and you look like this, you have to play a sick character. Like, if you're not playing a vampire, you're absolutely loot. Like, everybody should cosplay their characters. I think we should all play the Arkham Horror game, okay? I don't, actually, that one is not really like a role-playing. What's a board game with vampires? Well, I guess like Vampire the Masquerade, right? We should play Vampire the Masquerade. Everybody role plays as a vampire, all right? You dress like the... I spilled the water. You dress like this, and we're good to go. My outfit for a local goth event. Happy Valentine's Day. Dark Princess. Layer over layer over layer. Just as Elvira as a goth. With one day, we'll see BB here too. Just a ghoul. Not much accessories, but I still like it. My old but still cute selfies. Goth girls. Personally, I've always been more about true crime. True crime is exploitative. Listen to me. True crime is exploitative. Okay? What? You're gonna listen to somebody's traumatic event? You're gonna like make light of the fact that somebody died? You're gonna be all like, oh wow, like I feel so bad for you. Hey, can you tell me more about it? Cause I get off on this shit. Imagine saying that. Imagine hearing somebody say, this person killed my family and left nothing left. It cut off the heads of my parents and left them on my windowsill as I walked back to school. And the person says, more. Tell me more. Did they have their eyes open? What was their last expression like? That's true crime. That's the industry that you prop up by watching true crime. Do you really want to be like that? Think about it. Maybe you should be like ZZ and be a goth girl. Maybe the only moral thing to be in real life is a goth girl. The only moral thing to be in life is a goth girl, chat. There's actually no more moral stance to be in than being a goth girl. Because anything else is too close to the shameful and painful realities of the world. Think about this. Statistically, how many murders has a goth girl committed? How many tears has a goth girl caused? And then compare that to how much happiness Goth Girls brings to 58,000 readers. This is a 13 plus community. There's no way these images are 13 plus. This is not a PG-13 community. If I was 13 and I saw this, like this, I mean, like this would change my trajectory of like what I'm into for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? As like a 13-year-old, I would be like, if she doesn't look like a vampire, I don't want to be with her. You know what I mean? Anyways, don't do true crime. It's actually more moral to do drugs than it is to do true crime, because you only hurt yourself. Anyways, let's see the stuff. What's over here? Ooh. I displaced some spiders and rummage in the box. Result: 3 copies of Patch Adams on VHS, a jigsaw puzzle with a picture of a boat, miscellaneous plastic shit. I don't feel like carrying any of it back. The search goes on. And remember, people did buy the VHSs of that Mrs. Doubtfire, all 3. There's actually there's a whole different room down here, and there's a room down here. Which way do we go, chat? Maybe we just go further down. I'm not really sure. I mean, I guess this whole place is really meant to be explored. So let's try and find the goods that we need. There's definitely goods that we need. Why is there a pencil skirt on a giant thing on the ceiling? And paintings in a mirror. Hey, it's Bort! When I pick up the Bort doll, a layer of greasy rubber skin comes off and sticks to my hands. The bulbous eyes roll crazily around. No good to sell, but maybe it could be scavenged for parts. I make a mental note. Scavenged for parts. I like that. This is such a fun concept to think about. Where you live in a building that is basically being built haphazardly up. It's a bit like the Kowloon walled city, right? And it just keeps building up, and you have all these weird tunnels and doorways to places that you never really knew before, that just all exist in the same space and all share in this one landscape. Again, just like the Kowloon walled city. And you can just go around them into people's storerooms, people who have died and, you know, were pushed away, but their place was never really cleaned up. And the building didn't even know, because the building doesn't keep track of it. So the building just grows more and more and more in like in an excess of consumerism, until the building eventually like, towers above everything. And then deep in the basements and the bowels of the building, you have all these different generations worth of items, all from people who are long since gone, churned to dust, who commune only with the goth girls. Think about this. Goth girls are the only way that you're gonna be able to speak to your dead parents, to your dead grandmother, to your dead grandfather. The only way to do so is you have to hope that a goth girl is willing to help you perform the forbidden rituals. That's the only way. Without them, all of this goes to dust. Because how many of you are truly brave to go down into the tunnels? Well, let me tell you where the goth girls are. In this room right here, the goth girl picks out her outfit and says, "They're welcome to my walk-in wardrobe." That's why she looks like this. Prage. Matara 10 Prage. Praying. Goth girl. Goth girl tunnels? What the fuck? Sorry, you probably missed the entire like spiel of like the goth girl to demon to like, you know, superstructure that has like an endless network of tunnels conversation. It's just a complex of items, okay? It's a complex of ideas, of motivations. That's why life is so complicated, right? Is everybody has a different complication. Everyone has a different idea in the life. Everyone has a different thing that they want to do. But guess what the goth girl wants? The goth girl just wants to be a goth girl. The goth girl just wants to be... By the way, I found some crazier subreddits that I have to show you at this point. One, so seeing this just reminded me, I thought this person was already caught. So I don't know if you're aware of this, but there's like a singer named D4DVD who like murdered someone. I thought he's already in jail. He's not. My friend sent me this one. Diablo 2 Resurrected has a new season, and livestream fails right now is insanely seriously divided over very interesting topics. Goth girl wants her vamp. What? Vamp boy. Vamp fashion style. Oh my god. Vamp aesthetic. Reddit vampire daddy. Vampire daddies. Wait, no, it just all corrects the Vampire Diaries. Vampire daddy. Okay. Vampire aesthetic. Reddit vampire aesthetic. How can I look more like a vampire? r/vampires. Oh shit. Oh shit. Vampire time. Ooh, spooky. Ooh. Dracula in the book. Dracula in the movies. Dracula in the book. That's good. That is a 10 out of 10 post. Holy shit. Dracula in the movies, Dracula in the book. How can I look more like a vampire? You're beautiful. Classic. Why is the vampire image always showing up? Vampirism is a spectrum. Western European versus Eastern European. What does that mean? That vampire shit's me. 30 years old, 69 years old. Doesn't look a day over 15. Okay, well, what is the top post of all time on r/vampire chat? All time. I have two sides meme. Dracula in the movies. This is all time. Nosferatu, the OG hottie vampire. I got permanent vampire. Wait, you can do that to your teeth? Wait, that's sick. Okay. That was... When the button came off, I was like, this is now getting risky. Like, the Goth Girls was already a risky pull for what the story was, okay? Based on what we were doing before. But like that was when the button came off. I actually saw my life flash up before my eyes. I still haven't seen the new Nosferatu movie. I still need to watch it. Or maybe I have. I have no clue. The clothes rack seems to contain nothing but denim overalls with a smiling clown embroidered decal. They're covered with a soft layer of translucent mold that seems to be coming from the clown. Ew. Box of knives, barely used. A t-shirt reading Blomby Dog. An abstract plastic toy with horribly detailed rubber feet that's covered in tufts of synthetic hair. Blomby Dog. Isn't it like a Blomby, like the shit that you do? It's like a blowjob while you're taking the shit? What's the blowjob term for blowjob while taking poopy? Blumkin, sorry. I think Blomby is probably... Oh, Blomby is probably like, you know, very like, you know, like a cute blobby. You know what I mean? It's a cute way of saying blobby. Huh? I keep looking through the heaps. A clear plastic pyramid with a racing car inside. A pile of cassette tapes with the insides pulled out and knotted together. Ew. A copy of Steely Dan, live at the Gibbous. I push on with Steely Dan? Steely Dan, live at the Gibbous. Who is Steely Dan? Who is Steely Dan? Steely Dan is an American rock band formed in Annandale on Hudson, New York. 6 years ago, we lost this crazy genius. Northeast Corridor, live on Gibbous. Black Cow is one of their songs? Wait, what? Riki, Don't Lose That Number. Kid Charlemagne, Things I Miss the Most. Bodhisattva. Oh, listen to it after. We're learning so much about the world. New word unlocked, Steely Dan. I do like the idea of naming yourself Steely. You know what I mean? Like instead of stealing yourself, you're just Steely. Steely Dan, Steely Man. Another box. This one says stickies and shows a smiling woman being encased in green slime, being held tightly shut with electrical tape. Ew. Yeah, you guys. I don't know if so. In Canada, we used to have this show called YTV. There used to be a segment called Slimed. Like Nickelodeon had this segment called Slimed, where kids would get slimed. Apparently the person who ran that was like a real weirdo who was really into kids' feet. Like, it's very strange. So like ever since learning that, I just have a negative connotation with slime. Because I'm like, damn, like that could have been me if I ended up on that show. You know, I mean, not that I would have, but it's like you could like write in to compete. And so it's like, imagine if that was me getting slimed, and then I look back at it and go, ugh. And his brother, Rusty Dave, Steely Dan and Rusty Dave in your silverware box. So far, tonight's pickings have been slim, so I keep moving and gradually find myself in a place I've never been before. The corridors are narrow, but still feel lived in somehow. The rooms get closer, the clutter more deliberate. And I like how this person has never been here. Like, as far down as they go, they've never been this far. And what's interesting is that there was handprints on the walls, and now there's notes and masks and everything. Yeah. That's a person. I think that's a person. Steely Dan. Flyers for a local bingo night have been left in the hall. A potted plant that's still alive. Old but well-used office supplies that don't have too much dust. I hear soft whispering behind the walls. They live here. Chat, they live here. Somebody's still here alive. There's even like a nice little carpet for you to like signal your way in. Hello? Anybody home? Hello? Anyone home? Hello? That way it leads over there. This way it leads somewhere though. Leads to an old chair. Leads to a plant, a filing cabinet. Did I just go in the circle? I can't really tell. Oh, this is the other end. This is the other end of that room that would let you go around. I see. Steely Dan and Rusty Dave in the unopened shed for the last 50 years. Steely Dan and Rusty Dave in old muscle car left to rot in the car yard. This part feels like a waiting room, but there's no one else around. Fresh magazines have been left on the couches. Who are they expecting here exactly? Wait, is this a therapy session? I wasn't ready for a therapy. Hello? Is your name Donald Duck? Up, down, enter. No. I've got it. In that case, you must be Mickey Mouse. No. Name's not Mickey Mouse, then you must be Donald Duck. Please don't waste my time with insults to my intelligence. Anyway, come on inside. Help! Don't kidnap me. I'm not worth it. Anything monetarily, please. Nothing. What's this? Why, it's my first my first strangle victim doll, circa 1971, in surprisingly good condition. I did believe we'd used up the last of them some time before. I wonder where they found it. What? My first strangle doll? What? I'm not a doll. Really? Just very similarly, though. Oh, that's why the image had the YouTube clickbait and then the Vitruvian man with skull on penis. That's why that was the preview image, right? Because we looked just like the doll. This help! Don't strangle me. I'm a real person. Help! Wait. Chat. New merch idea. Okay, so remember my first merch idea, the surgery plushie, right? So not only are you gonna have a surgery plushie with real fake blood packs in it with a USB that you have to retrieve that gives you access to a game that's only available on the USB if you do the surgery. And if the fake blood gets onto the USB, then it breaks the USB, and so you lose the game. There's also a murder doll where you can strangle the doll's neck. And you know those like balls that you squeeze, those stress balls, and it like inflates one side, right? It'll be like that. And you know how like there's these toys, the squeaky toys where when you squish it, it makes a noise. But this time, you strangle the throat, and it goes like blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? A murder doll, where strangle does the funny squeezy noise, and inflates the head and body, kind of like those stress dolls. And then you can even do like bones breaking, so you can keep breaking the bones and they'll keep going back into place. It's like a segmented piece that you can like snap off, and it's just magnets, but you can snap it off and it makes the like feeling of like crunch, right? And you can like punch it, and you can like rip its eyes out and stuff like that, and pull its arms off and its fingers off, right? I'm honestly so 2 merch ideas: murder doll and surgery doll. It's a stupid coincidence. Murder doll idea reminds you of it. Of what? Have I played Rat Shaker? I've never played Rat Shaker. I've been meaning to. It's on my list. I probably should for Halloween because it seems like a horror game, but I can't tell. But my murder doll idea reminds you of it, which says to me that maybe I should play it sooner rather than later. It is $3. It is a horror game. Okay, you know what? Maybe I'll play Rat Shaker this month. Yeah, sure. Tomorrow we'll play Rat Shaker. I had no clue it's a horror game. I'll just we'll do it. All right, cool. Rat Shaker. Oh, they were a wonderful toy. If you opened up the toy so they had little plastic innards, and if you stood on their throats, their eyes would really bulge. Sometimes I think that's what first put me on the path of pure research before administrative duties began to take up all of my time. In truth, it makes a little difference, as, like everybody else in the college, I lost the ability to distinguish people from dolls some time ago. Yeah. I'm gonna hiccup if I don't drink water. It is a horror game. Perfect. Chat, thank you for reminding me that the game exists. We're gonna play it tomorrow. Oh god, I'm dying. What a great way to start off tomorrow with a new horror game. What is that emote? Hype cheer. I wonder why I'm talking to a toy. Old age. Soon I'll ask a member of staff to come in and carve off the skin or the coating or what have you. Then we can. Sorry, I got the hiccups. Just give me a second. I need to stop doing that voice when my throat is dry and hammered from an entire day of streaming, because it gives me the hiccups. And we can figure out what lies inside. The path to pure research is long. In the meantime, there are committee meetings. Goodbye. Wait, this is a college? A college of what? Luckily, they seem to have a very abstract notion of how knots work, but I guess that's academia for you. I bet vamos. I tried to keep track of how far I was being carried, but lost count around the 11th flight of stairs. From the window, the town has a postcard aspect, like the view from a penthouse. What? So we were going down, and then we went upwards. It's the Vitruvian man! Has my fashion sense really been ripping off an obscure and horrible doll line for all these years? There's nothing new under the sun? No. At some point, somebody would have looked like you at some point. You look too mutilated to be worth anything, so I guess the terrible secret dies with them. It's the Vitruvian man. They're discovering what makes the human body tick. I hear a drilling noise and breaking glass. Everything smells like sawdust and wet paint. Feeling like a work in progress. Something tells me I should stay out of people's way. What if I want to talk to them? Wait, so what's on this side? What's over here? There's an axe. Can I use the axe to fight back? No. The elevator shutters rusted shut, but at least I'm still in the network of the same antique security system. The buttons on the panel look like they've been melted down by acid. Oh, they're trying to keep me here. I like how there's like how the idea of like a long... What happens if you catch me? Wham, I'm dead. Boy, it's been a while since I got my hands dirty with one of you things. Now let me think. Is this a Phillips? Oh, I get to slide away. I thought she died, but no, you can actually like slide around. What if I slide into him? Like I slide even closer to him and I get really close and it's like, hey, what are you doing over here? Can I see what you're doing over here? No? Okay, bye. I like the idea of this network of cavernous tunnels and this idea of like almost a living mega structure having an entire penthouse room where it's just like an artist with basically this is an artist commune where they do all kinds of crazy like sculptures and different I guess like installations, right? And they live in the penthouse somehow because they can afford it, or there's like 20 of them splitting rent. This room is full of crude homemade machines made of junk that's creaking and shifting. Not sure how many of them are meant to work. Everything's just heaps of knives and balsa wood. I'm trying to read over here! Whoa! 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 Oh, this is a cool room. There's even spikes in here. The classic spike room. This is a teacher's lounge. Anatomical diagrams crudely painted with astrology symbols are scattered around the desk and walls, along with ashtrays and moldy weeks-old coffee. These traps are laid everywhere, waiting for somebody to fall down onto. Posters on the wall. Oh, for a school production of Melimo. Everything just heaps of knives and balsa wood. Oh, posters on the wall for the school production of Melmo the Wanderer. But no special effects. Use knives and drills for sale or exchange. Tuition in Esperanto, the language of the future. Esperanto, that language that was specifically made to be very easy to like understand. Or is it the one that's like the combination of languages? I just keep dying. Like I just want to see what's going on. Life contracts. Wait, that's my workplace. That's my character's workplace. I work at Life Contracts. What's over here? Hello. It's a library. Now I know that there's a door on my right side, but I kind of want to see what's down here. What is Esperanto? Welcome, bon venant. What? Excusez? What? Wait, it takes you backwards? Wait, I'm so lost. Wait, can I go back to the door again? Welcome, bon venant. This demonstration department is carefully set up for you to practice new techniques as though in the wild. Please restore all equipment in the proper place after using. Oh my god. Well-maintained window ledges and ladders just out of sight allow easy access. Try softly tapping at the window from outside until someone comes to throw open the curtains for extra effect. The uncanniness of the intrusion will also buy you more time. That doll is dead. They use it as like a golfing hole. Wait a minute. Oh my god. Chat. They've been planning this for a very long time. Do you know what that room was? That room was the room that I shared with my sister, ZZ. And do you know why it's a practice room? Right? To practice new techniques as though in the wild. Because they're planning to kill me. That's why they were gonna tap on the window and they're gonna pull the curtain open in order to do a dramatic curtain opening. Because they want to kill me because I look like the doll. And that's why my sister is in this room dead. Ideally, a murder is a dynamic interplay elements. Here, the passivity of the sleeping victim is aesthetically offset by a needless disproportion of knife violence. Remember your ABCs. Always be stabbing. That's good. Our character was about to be murdered. They were trying to kill me and my sister. My sister doesn't even know Esperanto. I don't even know she knows things. She doesn't even know the true cost of a VHS of Mrs. Doubtfire. Dog me. Run around with a camera looks this way. It's a little frustrating. Not because it's like a bad section, but because the camera is particularly annoying. It's a fascinating sort of like, again, I'm not mad at the game, because the game is meant to be like a for fun little thing that you just kind of play for like a tiny bit and just have fun with really quickly, right? But like definitely you can kind of feel the annoyances here and there, especially when you try to like play the game like this. It's sort of like, I can't see anything now. Because it's like, the game is meant to be a for fun thing, but you need to deal with the fact that the camera does not look well. It's very hard to like look around easily to know where you're going. Horrible noise, splitting plastic, screaming and breaking can be heard coming from behind doors where there's resolved to stay on this side of. That's the door that you would exit from. If you were caught. I see. If I was caught, but I wasn't caught. I'm free, technically. So this is back to this side. It's, where am I again? Where am I? This is that door. There was a door down there. That hallway I think I've explored. Have I explored down this hallway technically? I don't know. I kind of want to see it all, just to see what's going on here. Because this seems new. This is away from the library. This is a teacher's lounge. Wait, so from the teacher's lounge, I could have gotten out way easier? Oh, right, because I followed the giant hall of spikes. I went down the hall of spikes trying to find stuff, and I see. I could have avoided the entire library room by going this way, towards the spikes that don't kill you, but would have killed you, but it's all just a ploy. I get it now. I get how this murder business works. Yeah! We got to run! Boy, they really went all out on renovating this place. Beneath the wallpaper, outlines of sealed doorways can be seen. Decades of staff rotors peel off the walls as I move by. Pages and pages of rambling text on moldering and discolored paper being stuck up on the walls of what looks like to be ketchup. The academic job market takes another toll. Yes, the academics. Saw history in the body of a murdered convict, while Asaphale saw it in a decapitated king. Huh. Creating history is the duty of all the murderers, and in the tools they hack with, we see the reflection of a new age that is to come. To perfect murder, we must create a new universe devoted exclusively towards that purpose. We must also consider the possibility that we live in it already. To imagine a new society is to call it into being. We must first prepare a list of bylaws. Yes, the bylaws. Maybe there's a bylaw against murder? Photographs mark the inauguration of the college on the evening of the Great Vision. What's the point of portraits when everyone's wearing a mask? So true. I get what you're trying to do. My goodness, what's this? Having survived the workshops of necessity, I now find myself stranded in the new world of the aesthetic. Such are the thoughts of the general public as they make their cautious entrance into history. This is the murder room, chat. And they're watching me commit the murder... run from the murder doom? Run from the murder doom. Bloody Night TV. What is this? It's a full TV set. This is like a full movie set that they're like filming things on. What kind of a sick, twisted game is this? I love how he laughs and then walks away from me. Like, I don't have time for you. Like, you're like... Ooh. The new age will be theatrical, and thus we stand to learn from theater. An empty space menaced by ominous facade. The fourth wall is the entrance to an alleyway, the length of which extends through all time. Haha. Think of all the buildings we'll need to have alleyways like this. That's an interesting statement, actually. I actually do like the idea of a statement that is the fourth wall is the entrance to an alleyway, the length of which extends through all time. Because the fourth wall break affects everyone who watches it, and the movie stays there forever and ever and ever. The metaphors of chopping and carving embodied in sculpture are too trite to be of use. We find instead our purpose in an art of brilliant monuments to kill people in the shadow of. Haha, you know, classicism. But We now in the art of you've lost me. You've lost me in the way that academics tend to do. Sound sculpture masks the sound of distant screams, all approaching steps. As such, I believe they'll be very popular. Of course, ultimately, such noise is the foundation of the greatest symphony, but there's no shame in being a midwife to a dream. That is a fascinating. This game, sometimes it kind of surprises me in terms of the depth of its writing, because like the phrase midwife to a dream is the kind of shit that you'd hear Hideo Kojima write for like a Death Stranding game. It's really good. And the idea of a sound sculpture to make noise such that you can't hear the impending murder happening, yeah, and like coming towards you, that's cool. A calm study nestles in the middle of the horrible murder compound. Respectable leather-bound tomes line the walls. An aura of propriety seems to muffle all sound. I think my nose is bleeding. Copies of the owner's publications, including Introduction to the Western Canon, Advanced Studies in the Western Canon, Whatever Happened to the Western Canon, and the Western Canon Rocks Out, abridged editions for teens and study groups. That reminds me of like when we played Dwarf Fortress and we generated the world, and it was like the tower, and then reasons against the tower, and then like people against the tower, like it just slowly built up. That's what this feels like. And then it was like tower, the truth, and then tower, we need to support it or something. A picture of the hooded man I met when I woke up. The prestigious Dr. Zhu wows attendance at an academic soiree with his all-embracing knowledge of the cultural world. Ah, yes, murder. I wonder, is it sentimental I held on to all the aspects of my old career? But I always wanted to live inside of a tomb. Talking doll, you've been wandering around the pieces of the world that was. Wouldn't you like to visit the world that is to come? The interest of homicide has always been symbolic. Real death has no consequence, and in fact is rather kitsch. What matters is the new world with glimpses. Idea. What is the utopia of murder? See, chat, we live in a murderous zone. Kill me. Where are you? My eyesight's quite bad these days. I haven't moved like this for quite a while. None of us had to leave campus these days. You know how it is. As you think and think, then the thickets grow denser. I can still hear the flat, droning voice behind me, but its corridors seem quieter, more familiar. It's where I once found a lost catch of troll dolls inside one of these rooms. What? So he caught me, and I ran away quickly to go somewhere else. Where I could have kept on running, but I decided to stop and let him catch me. This is a very involved game compared to the first one. Voice of the Killer ended up very quickly. It progressed very quickly and sort of finished. But this one is like, there's a whole almost storyline to it of what's going on. And this idea of a murder society being built up is pretty fascinating, because it's like, again, there was hints of it in the first, but now we live in this. Now we know that we live in this bizarre world where murder happens constantly. The door is locked, but looks more maintenance-y than others. A sticker on the door says, "Unsealed with hallway access panel." I need the location of the long-lost air conditioner controls? The air conditioner controls long lost to the building? I do, again, love the idea of your apartment building has rooms that the owner of the apartment building, or the maintainer of it, has never been in. Like, that is a fascinating concept. That you want to be a cool, fascinating concept, actually. Similar to OpenSur, where you're literally somebody who owns an apartment, and it's your first day on the job. Right? Yeah, and really, it's funny because OpenSur is a great horror game, if only there was more content, because that game is literally horror, because you're going through an apartment, and you have no clue what to do with it, but it's your apartment. And so it's kind of spooky. Yeah, Esperanto was made to be easy to learn, and it is in a way a mixture of languages, so it boils towards various European languages, which also was in order to make it easier to learn. Although with this particular trait, it only helps if you already know some European language. Yeah, sorry, I have no clue. I don't know a single European language. I say as I speak English in some way. There's a lever on this, so it's probably the thing that opens the door. I'm being sick and tired of being chased by murders all night. I'm not gonna look into this any further. Yank it! Who's there? It's you. My goodness, the years have hardly altered you at all. Mr. Killer, I know you get this a lot, but I'm a huge fan of your work. I would truly like to see it get the critical attention it deserves. Have you ever considered co-authoring a paper? This is the real killer. See? Street smarts compared to book smarts, alright? This is the street smart killer, and then the book smart killer is like, yes, have you considered co-authoring a paper? Blah! Hello, little one. I'm coming to kill you too. Kill me. Kill me, oh terrifying one. Cut me down where I stand. Let me be a part of this new life, of this new vision of the world, of this new type of murder. Oh killer, sweet killer, let me be a part of this new murder. Killer, oh killer, please kill me, please. Let me be a part of this new universe where murder is art. I'm the murderer. I've killed them all for you. Holy shit. I've hung them all up to, oh god. Like pigs in a slaughterhouse. Bleeding them out so the meat is nice and clean. Oh my god. Oh, they're following me. The murderer is following me. They're gonna get to my hallway. I need to go tell my sister ZZ. She has to live out her goth girl dreams. BB's report, epilogue. With the finding my way inside the vent, I was able to get back to the apartment without any further incidents. Although all night long, strange noises echoed through the pipes. Next morning, we totaled up the day's haul. Result, I saw the pogs and a pamphlet that must have been placed in my pocket somehow. I thought the pamphlet might have been worth something, but ZZ says there are copies lying around inside the bus station for free. A frightening world, an interesting world to be in. A wide variety of classes. What a trade. Night school. Yeah. And English is like 40% French too. Don't ever bring up the French here ever again. I'm just kidding. Can you imagine like somebody's like, don't ever talk about the French here ever again. Not in my house. I got the hiccup. Sorry. I can't go crazy. Oh, welcome to Hands of the Killer, everyone. That was a fun game. The stories are getting much more involved, and honestly, the concepts are getting crazier. I actually really enjoy the concept, again, of a murder capital city that's just like a murder city. That is like the universe is about murder, and the homes are weird. It's a very surreal experience. Next time, we'll play Drool of the Killer. Drool, much like the way that I drool over goth girls. Yeah, much like the way I drool over goth girls, everyone. Yeah, do you drool over goth girls? Here, it's gonna be like those it's gonna be like those Gooner vids where like the goth girls flash on screen really quickly, like really quickly, and you have to get your fix by like you just got back from grocery shopping. Hey, well, you missed out on the essay on goth girls and the reason why they herald the new society where murder happens at all moments. Can't believe I turned 29 2 days ago.